The kicker, Jake Bates, has this one on the tee. He'll run up and send this one away here at Ford Field. On the return, here's Tyler Scott. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Off the play fake, it's Williams rolling to his right. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Throwing is Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
From the 46, here's second down and 3. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 14 yards that time for number 14.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
To throw, Williams. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
In motion goes the tight end. Here's the former Bear. This is David Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked up by
Ooh-wee, I needed that.
The Bears are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, Ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Oh, my God.
That one back, incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And
He
he'll
for
go
sure
down,
thought
but
I
not
was
before
running.
getting us inside the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
With that down and distance, no real surprise they decided to throw the ball. But I think where the surprise kicked in, the result. Short pass downfield. That ball got taken for a nice journey to turn into a big play.
They go here with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Williams with a little touch pass forward. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Here's Williams. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. On is Santos for the Bears field goal. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Here's 2nd and 10. Goff. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
In motion goes Patrick. Again, Goff. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
They go ahead and snap it. Goff. He'll let this go deep for St.
Bum ass boy.
This is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. They'll go play action here with Williams. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To the air, Williams. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll go. Here's Williams. Eluding the pressure right. And he will be out of bounds, well shy of the marker. So that's a turnover on downs. Great job defensively. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Just one field goal and a tightly played first half as we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Sliding out of the pocket. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
To throw, it's Williams. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. A good action to this point in the third quarter, just a 3-point game, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
28 yards. And the Bears take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the...
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Here's Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And that is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Throwing again is Goff. Finding Williams once more, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. Now Goff. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. From 13 yards out. And the Lions are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Williams. He finds his target, Allen. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Williams from the gun on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Looking to throw. Williams. And It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll work down inside the 45. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Who goes tonight?
Now Goff. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Who goes tonight?
Goff now to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Got him. Yeah, man. Hey, Flexico. I think my EA, I'm TT Stankkyboi. Send me a friend request. I'm trying to work on this rank. Damn, it got music in there. Damn. I'm gonna finish eating. Shit, I'm probably gonna start that game. Oh boy. Oh, I can't. Fuck, alright. I seen it. I seen the request. Alright, after this game. Oh no, I hate the Eagles.
The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field.
Honestly, I don't know when that comment was sent, so. Did you watch that last game, though?
Cairo Santos out for the opening returning kick. And we're underway from Philadelphia. This will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
I'm gonna have to give me 1 second. Uno momento, señoritas.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
King, Phil King, Phil King.
From the 35 on 2nd down. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and short, he's taking the option right. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
I had a QB spy too. How?
And that's good for an
On
Eagles
that
first
side
down.
too. That's funny.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. Smith pulls this one in on the
Nice.
sideline.
That was a nice
He's
move.
going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down, a run with Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Hurts now from the gun. Forced out to his right. He tucks it and takes
Damn,
off.
it's a fumble.
And he doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt. Even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
We're back and excited to start the second. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. On third down, it's Hurts.
Nice.
Oh, no touchdown. It's
Oh,
intercepted.
yeah. Staying
Picked
bomb.
by T.J. Edwards.
Give me that ball.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Williams to throw on first. Headed out right. He's going to keep it this time.
I was going to throw it to triangle, but I've been duped on that before. He throws it weird sometimes when he's on the run and it gets picked.
And yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 23. Pocket isn't holding up. There
Didn't see nothing. Told myself I'm not going to throw random. If I don't see nothing, I'm throwing
First
it.
sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Third down, here's Williams.
Oh, my
He had it
God.
for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that brings up 4th and long. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it
Don't
looks
get
like
it.
they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
You kept them from generating
We're
any
professional
sort of
squad.
momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they got to see the chains move to get it going. That forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away.
Guys,
And he can't evade the coverage team
Had
for
to make
much.
him go
They
back
stop him
inside.
before he gets really anything on that return. 58
can't just give
yards
him
on the punt
the ball
there.
at the 20, man.
And the Eagles will take
I'm confident I
possession.
get 10, but it's a Super Bowl champions here we're talking about.
They're set up at the 35 now. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, search forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's on the move.
Fumble that shit. Damn.
Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
2nd and 4. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown,
I
Philadelphia.
seen that developing. Just couldn't
So
do
this
nothing.
offense starting starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one splits the uprights, and they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down.
So what he's talking about there specifically in Florida, you had Jimmy Returnis and Randy Pine winning those races, the Republicans, but they won by 14.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set, 1st and 10. On the ground. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Milton Williams making the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Williams.
No way, bro.
Someone stepped in, it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have possession at their own 46.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. From the pistol, Hurts. He fires one deep down the middle. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Kevin Byard comes up with it. And the Bears get it back up close to their 40 as he's finally tracked down after that return. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball because these secondaries are locked in.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Now this is intercepted.
There's like no power behind that.
Picked up by
He might as well have lobbed it in there. A bullet pass to the fucking corner, dude.
Maybe the end zone after that return.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Barkley does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles will add to their lead at the end of the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. That was a great response, Brock. After they got driven backwards on 1st down, they go right back to the ground and score just 1 play later.
Yeah, and I think if you and I were in the huddle down there after that first down loss, I think we would have felt a whole bunch of pride. Give me another shot, and boy, did they deliver.
So following the missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. One last play before the break. Let's go. Looking to throw. Hits his target. That's DJ Moore. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Tyler Scott now to return it. Returns looking good so far. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
First down throw by Williams. Oh no, they get him yet again.
Greatest team in heat. It's a fucking Eagle. And why is he throwing like this? I just played 3 games and he's throwing dots. He's throwing like lobbing it, dude.
That ball to start the second half.
It's supposed to be a bullet.
On the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
He's got Smith. And he gets this forward to the 19. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
This set it down starts with an option right.
And then Hurts is like a superhuman. Fumble. He's running 3 to 7.
Second and 8. From the 17. Escapes the pocket.
Oh, fumble. Superhuman.
9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with first and goal. Hurts.
And then he can't grab that. Am I playing with high school players?
Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Hurts now on 3rd and goal. Intercepted in the end zone. Through the defense he goes. Room to burn. 30. He's at the 10. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back to 6.
Needed that shit.
I don't know about you, Brock, but I could almost feel them going through the 5 stages of grief over on that sideline, watching their would-be touchdown pass in 6 points return the entire way to the opposite end zone for 6 on the other side of the board.
You just don't really believe it's happening until he's, well, 30, 40 yards into his return. Then you're just powerless. Kate, just over 40 times in the history of the NFL this has happened.
Wow.
What a return to add to that list.
That one right down the middle.
Let's go.
And the Bears get it back to within 6. interception after that pick six as it's sent away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain.
Pussy's gonna run the
Just
clock out.
a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's gonna bring up 2nd and 1. From the 39. Chased out to his right. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Damn, he's got a fumble one time, bro.
And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. All right, here we go. 2nd down. We're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And he's held up short of midfield after a small gain. It's a 3-yard pickup. That's going to leave him facing 3rd and 10. He's back to throw.
Dude,
That's caught for the first. And they finally
dropped the guy back there. What's he doing?
And a new set of downs.
For that reason.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's into the red zone on that run down to the 18. The Bears decide to call their first time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Toss play to Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
That's the 1st down, and he's still going. And they make this stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles leading by 6. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Barkley. And his short gain gets them a new set of
Gay-ass team. Just like the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's a
To do this
clear
gay-ass shit.
plan of attack by the back from the very start. Found the lane quickly, didn't hesitate. Knew exactly
Might as well start
where he
kneeling
needed
it,
to
bro.
get past the marker.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw.
Big chest.
And that is the catch that you